Good afternoon, patient 13. I am Dr. A. These are my colleagues, Dr. B and Dr. C. Do you know why you are here? You must answer the question 13. You must answer all questions put to you. Failure to do so will result in a 50-point reduction in your viable economic credit rating. Do you understand? Continued refusal to cooperate will also incur 15-point reductions in the VECs of your offspring. So assuming you do not wish any stubbornness on your part to cause unnecessary financial harm to your children, answer the question.
Yes.
Be so kind as to elaborate.
I believe my esteemed colleague made it perfectly clear, patient.
He didn't ask a question.
Economic penalties will apply to any lack of cooperation.
Her attitude does not bode well.
Indeed, it does not, Dr. C. Now 13, why are you here?
This is a government-approved psych evaluation to determine relative fitness for reincorporation into functioning society.
And why would you, 13, particularly be in need of such an evaluation?
I didn't know my place.
Pardon?
Patient 13 was diagnosed with cognitive dislocation. She speaks of it in the colloquial.
I see. Colloquial speech. An indication of emotional volatility, perhaps?
No, I don't think so, Dr. C. Remember, linguistic dissonance is also a simple characteristic of 13's gender type. Now, details. Yes. 13 has on 3 separate occasions, both privately and publicly.
And so, persistently and repeatedly then?
Quite so, Dr. C, if I may continue. 13 has, in contravention of state law, intimated on 3 separate occasions that the female is not necessarily subservient to the male.
Do you not recognize the delusional nature of such an assertion?
It is not delusional.
Oh, patient 13, the genetic superiority of the male has long been an established biological fact.
Well, I don't believe it. I think men just made it up one day so you could control us.
You don't believe it?
And just what is it you don't believe? Why on earth do you think we would have to make it up?
Because you're scared of us.
Such a supposition is inherently impossible, 13. The male is naturally dominant, therefore, logically, incapable of fearing anything that may be deemed inferior.
Indeed, the founders of our happy society sought only to protect you from yourselves, 13, not control you. The female is famously enthralled to the chemical minefield of her hormones, incapable of true rational thought or reason.
And let us not forget that it is also an established scientific fact, patient 13, that dominance is a natural process of evolution, a necessary factor in the survival of any species.
And in all cases, the female is subservient.
Not counting insects.
Perhaps 13 would prefer it if we were insects.
I don't understand you. Or maybe I do, yes. And that's a problem.
And just what is it that you think you understand, eh, 13?
Please, do share your insights into the male psyche.
Show your betters. You know better.
That all-important dominance you keep talking about. It's just insecurity.
Fascinating. Please, do go on.
You lash out at what you're afraid of. You repress it. You like my children. You get some sort of sadistic pleasure from power, whether you deserve it or not.
But must we put up with this incoherent drivel?
Of course, if we are to understand the nature of 13's psychosis.
Surely we understand its nature. It is female.
My God! You talk of logic and understanding, but how could you understand anything when your minds are so narrow? All you believe is that might is right.
Surely that is the essence of survival, 13.
You throwbacks!
Good Lord!
What? Are you afraid we might take your toys away? Is that why you need to stomp on us? To legislate against our liberty? To decree what we may or may not access?
Don't you see, 13, it is exactly that kind of outburst that proves our point. You have loosened your grip on sanity by succumbing to the skewed exigencies of your hormones.
quite so, 13. This isn't you speaking. It is a terrible chemical imbalance.
You're enslaved to your body, 13. We can free you from that.
Free me? Free me? What the? You lock us in our homes. We monitor at all times. How's that free?
It is the best freedom you can hope for, 13. Perhaps you do see it as a cage, but if it is a cage of love and protection. Better than the cage of self-loathing within which you imprison yourself.
We exist only to serve. To be good wives to those who despise us.
We don't despise you, 13. We love you.
We're not even wives. We're just nannies.
Ah, but that is where the fair sex excels. Where your natural instincts come to the fore.
You have made us into vessels. Glorified biological vats. Good for nothing but carrying your children.
That's a rather bleak perspective, 13.
I fear there's little we can do for her.
What do you even need us for? You could just clone yourselves. But then what would you do with your cocks when you're tired with your hens?
She's completely insane!
This is pointless. Pointless!
A clear case of the severest hormonal imbalance, chronic neurological disruption.
Recommend full frontal lobotomy.
Agreed.
This can't last, you know.
You may return patient 13 to her cell
There'll be a revolution.
and prepare her for surgery.
I can't be the only one. I can't. I can't be the only
So, I hear congratulations are in order.
Thank you very much. That's right, I landed the Jacobson account. The account is mine.
Including your sexy new secretary, no doubt.
Ah yes, the most beautiful secretary you've ever seen. I hired Pauline. What a move, right?
That is a lovely dress. It reminds me of a joke I once heard. What do you say to a woman with two black eyes? Nothing, you haven't told her twice. Why did the woman cross the road? I don't know, but what's she doing out of the kitchen?
I love it. Love that joke. Fantastic.
Women are such terrible drivers, right?
Oh my god.
How do you give a woman more freedom?
Oh.
You give her a bigger kitchen. Hungry! Getting hungry!
Listen to your man.
When can a woman make you a millionaire? When you're a billionaire. It's about time.
Well, it would have been quicker if you'd helped.
Absolutely disgraceful. Disgraceful.